What's happening, gang? Final week, day 6. One more day. Just one. Yeah. This one is about rotation. So we've got that plank twist. I'm going to give you a couple options for the second exercise. One, so it's about the obliques, is what I'm saying. One is going to be from the knees with a rotation forward. And the other one involves a push-up with a Spiderman knee to the outside. And the very last exercise is those hip lifts. Okay. Not there isn't a way to escalate the hip lifts. Yeah, unless you want to try to. No, there isn't. There really isn't. But 2.5 minutes should be just peachy to make it hard. Your plank rotations, and I know the last this round I've used a lot of bands. So if you have bands, great. If you have weights, great. If you don't have anything, don't even worry about it. Here are the ways to escalate. You know what? Sometimes you got to clear your workspace. I'm just saying, keep your area clean. Anyhow, if you've got a band and you have ever been on a cable cross machine, you have done this, right? That rear delt fly, pulling out. That is basically what this T-plank rotation is. You're just doing it from the plank, all right? So I got here. Do not already start with your hips tilted, okay? Always come into that good plank position, shoulder, elbow, wrist on the same line, belly button pulled in, core engaged, legs engaged, all right? Pull out and then twist. So if you can get to that, oh, look, yep, perpendicular, awesome. And again, if I do this from the side, you must turn your entire body. I see a lot of people try to just like do this, and because you're afraid, right, of the rotation through the shoulder and the hips, it makes it hard, right? Here. So don't just try to like different thing entirely. I want that rotation because that's what we're working on. There you go. If you do not have a band, but you do have a weight, I would keep it on the lighter side, okay? And here's why. It's what people do with this one, and there is nothing wrong with it. It just works different muscles at the beginning, okay? What people do is they do that renegade row, and then they twist, and then they press, okay? That works your back, right? Rhomboids, lats, all that good kind of stuff. And then you work the rotation of the shoulder here, obliques, side of the hip. And then what you work is basically the upper pec, your anterior deltoid. You only get to use the posterior deltoids and the back muscles at the top for stabilization. And what I want you to get away from this, take away from this, is that this motion needs to be strengthened, because we don't walk around. I mean, some of you may walk around bowing up on people all day. I don't do that, do I? Maybe sometimes I do. Okay, but most of our work does this. This is where we live. This is where we live. Okay, so we've got to train ourselves out of that. Okay, so if you've got that weight, make it on the lighter side. Same thing. Rear delt fly. Stabilize everything. Take it up to the top. Come down. Okay. If you want to make it more exciting with the weight, from here, so you get down to that down position, you're actually going to rotate back the other direction and set it on the side, and then come up. Here, come down, rotate back, and up. So that is your T-plank rotation escalation. The second one, again with the band. I love this one. I love it, okay? Sitting here on your knees and trying to pick your feet up off the floor is tough enough, right? Because I don't want you to sit, I'm not going into camel, okay? Yeah, but then we're going to add an uppercut to the mix. So you're going to drop, push out, and come back. So I am using the power generated from my core, my glutes, which is my glutes, my hamstrings, my quads, all this mess right here, to push it out. Boom. I can change it up. I can do cross, uppercut, cross, uppercut. If I feel confident, woo, I can try to lift my feet up off the floor and not fall on my face. That really, really, really gets into the hamstrings. So awesome. So that is one option. Your other option is to do a Spiderman knee from a push-up. Yeah. What I want you to do with this one is to make it as slow as possible. Exciting. So I start from here. You can push up to your knees, totally okay, and then pop into a plank and then do that Spiderman knee. I will demonstrate. So from here, I'm going to push up to my knees. I am going to do it slowly. Pull your shoulder blades back towards your spine. Push your entire palm into the floor. Pull your belly button in. Try to get your lower back to press up towards the ceiling. Slow, 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 slow. I'm on my knees. I get my toes underneath me. I press up into that plank position. I'm going to bring my right knee in. I'm actually going to turn and look at it. Watch it as it touches my elbow. Slowly back. I can put my knees down first, and then I can let my upper body drop to the floor as slowly as possible. The good news is in 2.5 minutes, you'll probably get 6, maybe 7 of those in. Yes, which is a good thing. There's that option. Okay, your final one are those hip lifts, right? So remember, it's like you're putting your hips on a table and you're lifting one hip off the table at a time. It is not a seesaw, not this with your hips, okay? Not dropping and lifting at the same time. So if I do it from the side, and you can do this from a high plank or from a low plank, just given the intensity of the exercise as it is, save your wrists and do this from a low plank. It actually is harder just because you're closer to the ground, but I like it because I've got more surface area here in contact, so I have a better brace, if you know what I mean. So if I do this, okay, and then I lift one hip up, lift the hip up, lift the hip up, lift the hip up, lift up, lift up, and notice I'm not doing this. Like, as much as I would like everybody to twerk with me, that's not what's happening. I'm not doing that. So make sure you drop into that plank position every time. Plank, lift the hip, plank, lift the other hip, plank, lift the hip. Get it? Got it? Awesome. I shall see you mañana for the last day. Yes, 28 days done, under the belts, core movement challenge. You guys are rock stars. I appreciate you. Love you. Ooh, that's a long video.